Hello, everyone out there. This is Ricardo Suber. I want to thank everybody for tuning in from literally all over the country, if not in several countries. This is Ricardo Suber. And first off, I want to say and wish everyone a very happy Memorial Day. Definitely want to pay my respects and commemorate all of our troops, all of our persons who've served in military, past and present. We definitely thank you for your service, and God bless you all. I want to welcome everybody to today's webinar. Again, my name is Ricardo Suber, and whether or not you know me or not, you probably saw an advertisement somewhere on the internet to go ahead and tune in. This is absolutely live. And what I simply wanted to do is just share some information that was shared with me about 4 years ago. And it's definitely changing my life. And I hope it'll definitely do the same for you. So as I actually go ahead and bring up this presentation, I'm going to actually introduce myself just a little bit, just so you guys get a sense of the person that you're hearing from. Now, again, my name is Ricardo Suber, and I represent a company known as 5 Links. And in case you've never heard of it, I'm actually just going to give you a snapshot, but I'll kind of lead in with a little bit about the person that you're hearing from. So I was actually born in the Boston area, just north of Boston in a town called Lynn. Was raised there till I was 15, ended up going to school in Atlanta, Georgia as well. And, you know, throughout my childhood and throughout my early teen years, I was just always told, you know what, throughout life, you want to go to college. When you graduate, get a great job and, you know, just go ahead and live a good life, you know, stay out of trouble. And so I followed that game plan. That was what my parents did. And so I did that. I actually went to a 4-year university, Hampton University, graduated with a degree in computer science. And after having a fairly mediocre job out of college, I went ahead and I secured a job that not only I was proud of, but my family was proud of. Worked at one of the world's largest computer companies as a software engineer and did very well. I was there for about 6.5 years, had a very, very good yearly income. And yet there was I guess, a deeper sense of purpose that I had. I saw so many people, many years my senior, still not really achieving a lot of their income goals. And then I had a rude awakening. I got hired by that company in 2005. Things seemed to be going very well for about 4 years. I got a promotion, got like a 2% raise, which was great, right? And what ended up happening was there was a massive layoff. There was a reorganization. You know, of course, we had the housing crisis of 2008. We had a lot of people losing their jobs around that time. And in 2009, my company that I was with started to have a reorganization, and it reorganized most of us out of a job. And I happened to be one of the quote unquote lucky ones who kept the job. And what I actually saw happen was literally my life flashed before my eyes, because even though I kept my job, I saw so many people who were very qualified, distinguished engineers, high-level managers, people who held patents, were being just let go. They were on the chopping block and they were being let go. And due to a small technicality, they kept me on. But ladies and gentlemen, it let me know that my job wasn't safe. And I literally hung on for dear life. And finally in 2011, my job was eliminated. And so it made me just open up my eyes. It made me really think about, okay, how am I going to live the rest of my life? Am I going to continue to be, to rely on something that may not be there, you know, or am I going to take the power into my own hands? And so what I did, and I, you know, like most people, we launched this business. And most people, when they start this business, they start on a very part-time basis. It was kind of different for me because I was left without a job. But either way, what I saw made a lot of sense. And so what I'm going to simply do is just share what was shared with me. Of course, the company has changed a little bit. And all I'm asking for you to do is just look at it, keep an open mind. And if it makes sense, simply take action. So all that being said, I'm going to jump right into the presentation. Hopefully this thing loads correctly. And let's begin. All right, so hopefully you guys are actually seeing the screen share. Once again, my name is Ricardo Suber. And like I said, I'm a national director in this business that we know as 5 Links. Now, all we simply are is a direct selling telecommunications and technology company that's now also tapped into energy, healthcare, and wellness. And what we simply do is we show people how to become independent representatives, where we will teach you how to go out and acquire customers for our company. All right. And not only for our company, for many Fortune 100 and 500 companies. And what happens is when we go ahead and we offer a service or product that someone uses, we get paid an ongoing income every time that they pay a bill. But not only that, we also teach you how to go out and empower other individuals to do the same thing. So what that creates is a long-lasting cash flow that can actually out-earn your own personal efforts. So that means you can get paid on hundreds of people, thousands, tens of thousands, into the millions of people eventually. And the great thing is that you only know a small fraction of those individuals. So what I'm going to do is actually explain how all that works. I know that was kind of a mouthful, but I'm actually just going to start off by telling you a little bit more about this particular company. Now, again, the name of the company is called 5 Links. Now, the 5 in 5 Links actually stands for 5 principles, which are vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. Now, the company was founded in 2001, so way out of the pray to stay and make it phase. We're 13 and a half years running strong. As a matter of fact, the co-founders have 60 plus years of experience in this profession. And over the past 9 consecutive years, this company has seen year-over-year growth and has been profiled in a publication called Inc. magazine. Now, this is the sister magazine to Forbes and Fortune, where they profile the fastest growing companies in the nation. We also are housed in a 50,000 square foot world headquarters in Rochester, New York. And this simply just houses the employees that work on our behalf. All right. So that's great. And what I love most about this business is that they simply put representatives first. What I love about this is that we have representatives from all over the US, Canada, now in Asia and Latin America and the Caribbean. And what they're doing is simply helping people live a better life. So before we get into that, let's talk about why would you even look at a business like this? Why have a plan B? Well, like I already told you my own personal story, I saw so many people getting let go prior to me getting let go. And most of us did not have a plan B. Many of us went on unemployment. Many of us went on all kinds of public assistance because we simply just did not have that sort of a reserve. And I think I actually saw a statistic recently that more than half of all Americans have less than $1,000 saved toward retirement. So that's a very scary statistic. Now, why would you do this business? Well, you want a plan B. What about just having a way to create financial freedom, or becoming your own boss, becoming debt-free, saving for a child's college fund, giving back to charity, or just simply having more money? Now, the bottom line is whatever is that main motivation for you, you want to make it bigger than you. Because when the inevitable resistance faces you, you have a reason to keep going. For me, it's my parents. It's for the people who gave me life on this earth. And I will literally run through a brick wall for them. And that's my reason why. What's your reason why that makes you get up in the morning? What's your reason why that you have to brave traffic every day? Well, here's what I understood. Braving traffic every day and going to work in and day out, that can provide a living, but it cannot provide a fortune, and it certainly can't lead you to your goals and dreams. This business can, and you're going to see how it does that in a moment. Now, when it comes to direct sales, the whole industry worldwide is massive. But see, prior to looking at this business, I didn't really know the difference. All right. All I simply knew, I knew about the NFL, the movie, and the music industry. And we all know about these industries, but look, I don't like getting tackled. All right. I can't act, and I definitely can't sing. So I'm only a consumer when it comes to those industries. But direct sales is something that we can all participate in. And when you look at direct sales compared to the other 3 industries, I'm like, oh my gosh, like even when you combine all 3 of those industries, that combines to less than a third of direct sales, which is nearly a $200 billion industry. So that being said, let's talk about the opportunity. Now, when I first looked at this business, I'll be honest, a very candid moment, I thought that this was illegitimate. Now, I thought it was one of those things that people told me about. They were like, stay away from those pyramid schemes, those Ponzi schemes, those things that just don't work, those things that just steal people's money. All right. And I remember I went to my first presentation, and this was kind of an aha moment that I had. Not only did the person in the front of the room hit one of the top positions in this company, but here's what really shocked me, and I want you guys to listen to me clearly. The gentleman at the front of the room was not only a traditional business owner, he actually controlled the #1 franchise of a $2 million restaurant. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the name. If you ask me after the presentation, I'll tell you. But he controlled one of the largest, most successful franchises in the world. All right. And he actually owned 4 of them. And he told me that no matter where you work, chances are you're at the bottom of your corporate pyramid. And that threw me back. I said, wait a minute, what do you mean by a corporate pyramid? Now, of course, at that time I was unemployed, but I thought about where I used to work, and he was absolutely right, because he described the structure that you see on the left. He said that usually where you work, there's one CEO, maybe a president or 2, several vice presidents, more directors, maybe even more upper, middle, and lower level managers, and then you have all the white and blue collar workers at the very bottom, starting from the stock boys to the mailroom to the bus boys at the restaurants, working your way all the way up. And he asked a very sobering question. He asked everybody in the audience, where on your corporate pyramid are you? All right. And then he referred to the structure on the right. He said, when it comes to this business that we call 5 links, you start at the top. All right. And everything that you build in terms of your team, your executives, the people that you put on your team, that contributes to your income. So we asked the whole room a question. Would you rather start at the bottom or literally be able to start at the top? And he said that this was a way that you could leverage your time and maximize your income. I love that. That was a concept that was never taught to me in school. That was a concept that was never taught to me at home, and I love my parents, but we simply teach what we are taught. And if we're not taught how to become business owners and bosses, we become the employee. With this business, we simply show you how to own a business, okay? So that being said, now when it comes to this particular business known as 5 links, what separates 5 links from anything else you've already seen? I've seen a lot of people, and I've come across a lot of people who are like, wait a minute, I don't want to look at this presentation because I've seen things like this before. These things don't work. Okay. Now, again, another moment of being candid, that used to be me. I was the type of person, I didn't want to look at anything because either it was too expensive and I couldn't afford it, or like most things, they just didn't make sense. This was one of the things that made a whole lot of sense. Let me tell you why. 5 links is principles are simply around, again, 5 links is, the name 5 links is simply around 5 principles: vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. And the company positions itself around wealth trends. Now, in the past 30 years, let's just have a quick history lesson. We know about the PC industry, long distance, cell phones, internet, digital phone service, which is called VoIP, and we have video apps. We have all these trends that have come and gone, and people have made billions of dollars. Even the investors who saw these trends coming and going, they still made millions. What does that mean for you? Well, we all know the phrase history repeats itself, right? Well, what 5 links found a way to do was it found its way to position itself ahead of the next emerging wealth trends. Now, when you look at the 4 wealth trends at the bottom, they combine to be well over $1 trillion in potential capital for you and your family. It's actually going to make the previous 6 wealth trends seem like a wading pool. So what are those trends? Those are energy, mobile marketing, healthcare, and wellness. And so what 5 links did was it said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to create 3 divisions. We've grown to a point now where we're nearly a $200 million company, and we said, you know what? We're going to actually create these divisions to kind of make it easier for folks to make sense of the wealth of ways that we can get paid. So the first division that 5 links created is the home division. Now, we have home security through GE Protect America, digital home phone service through a company known as Birch Communications. We also have internet, cable, and fiber TV from companies we already know about, such as Comcast, Clear, Time Warner, AT&T, Uverse. We have mobile plans through networks such as Verizon. You ever heard of Sprint? You ever heard of T-Mobile? All right. How about satellite TV, do Dish and Direct TV? See, here's the thing, guys. When I first looked at this, it just started to make sense because I've heard of all these companies before. And what 5LINK said was, look, you've heard of these companies before. We're not introducing you to something brand new called paying a cable TV bill or internet bill or paying a wireless bill. This is stuff that we're already doing, guys. But as a result of getting into this business as a representative, what if you could earn an ongoing percentage every time you or anybody you know pays this bill? Now, to me, that just made sense. I thought they were going to sell me something that I didn't need or something that I don't use, but these are bills that are coming out of my household every single month. So why not just put yourself in the accounts receivable end? But here's what's even more exciting to me. We, of course, have identity theft protection as well. We should all have that because guess what? That is the fastest growing crime in the world. But what really excited me is the main product in this division, which is energy. This is a $500 billion industry annually because I don't know who you are, but unless you're Amish, unless you live in the middle of the backwoods, you probably pay a gas bill and you probably pay an electric bill and you might even pay an oil bill. Well, what if you can help yourself save money on these bills? You can help your family and friends save money on these bills. But as a result of doing that, what if every single month that those bills are paid, you're paying yourself? That's what 5LINK allows you to do on all these services. But that's not even it. Okay, I feel like that that TV infomercial guy. That's not all, right? We still have two more divisions. We have our commercial division. A lot of these same services you can also offer to businesses. How many of us know business owners? Now, one of the things that we have you do when you first get started in this business, we have you take an inventory of your working capital. You probably didn't even know you had working capital, but your working capital are the people that you already know. And you might be thinking to yourself, I don't really know that many people. Well, that's what I thought. And until I really thought, now one of my half cousins, now mind you, he's not a blood relative, but one of my half cousins owns a huge facility in Boston. And I didn't even think about it, but he does. He's a half cousin. I know him kind of through other cousins, right? But the thing is, what if I could help him save money on his commercial energy bill? What if I can help him save money every time someone swiped a credit card, we could get paid? What if I can help him save money on satellite TV throughout his facility? All right. What if I could go to my church and help them communicate better with their members through mobile marketing? Guys, this is a reality. It's not a what if. This is stuff that we're already doing, something that I'm personally doing. Through our commercial division, we have commercial energy, commercial healthcare, commercial satellite TV, payment solutions, which is credit card processing, even business security, and mobile marketing. Guys, mobile marketing is something that's huge. This is a $48 billion US market alone, and this allows for business owners to stay in touch with their employees and in touch with customers and potential customers to be able to offer them coupons and such. But see, here's the bottom line. This is where this world is going. How many of you guys understand that 90 to 95% of emails never even get read? But did you also know that the same percentage of text messages do get read within 3 minutes of them being sent? Most text messages are being read. Many of you guys are probably texting right now like, I can't believe what this guy is talking about. The bottom line is, this is something that can change your pocketbook. What if every time you helped a business pay one of these bills, you get paid? But it's not only that, guys. We also established a wellness division. Now, we all understand that we have all of these weight loss programs. We have all these vitality programs. People are always trying to find ways to lose weight, feel great, look healthier, look younger. We're doing all of that. I'll get to that in a moment. But our flagship product here is something called Enhanced Care MD. Now, there are 44 million uninsured Americans right now, and there are many more who are underinsured. And we all know about the healthcare stalemate that's going on. We know about Obamacare. Nobody can seem to agree. It seems complicated. We have all these things that are going on, right? But what Enhanced Care MD does is it allows you as a 5LINK representative to not only cut costs on your own healthcare insurance, but to help your friends and family do the same thing through our unique portal. But not only that, you can also help yourself and friends and family have 24/7 access to a doctor or nurse 365 days a year. And guys, over half of all emergency room visits could have been prevented with a simple phone call. What if you could avoid the long lines? What if you could get a prescription written for you over the phone that you could pick up at your local Sam's Club or Walmart thanks to our partnership with them? See, the thing is, what I want you guys to understand is that this is not your mom and pop company. This is not your 1980s company where you had stuff stockpiled in your refrigerator or in your garage. This is truly a business where you can help people save money on bills and products and services that they need, such as healthcare. As a matter of fact, if you don't personally have health insurance, you're going to see very, very stiff penalties, if not already. But not only that, we took our wellness division a little bit further. Our first debut product in a wellness division was actually a coffee. Many of you guys might be saying, what does coffee have to do with technology? Here's what I want to ask you. What does coffee have to do with your bank account? It should have something to do with it. Did you guys know that over 80% of people in the world drink coffee at least occasionally? All right. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. What's the difference between our coffee, which happens to be called Montevita, is that number one, it's delicious. Number two, it's a healthy coffee. What makes it so healthy? It contains two things that are not in your traditional cup of joe. The first thing is something called MCT oil, which assists with weight loss, appetite suppression, and the absorption of essential nutrients. It also contains something called Ramon seeds, which contains protein, fiber, minerals, powerful antioxidants, all sorts of vitamins, vitamins A, B, C, and E. And I'm telling you guys, here's what I had to understand. When I first took a look at this, I said, wait a minute, this makes sense. Because how many of us know of someone who drinks coffee every day, if not multiple times a day? What if you could get a small percentage of all the coffee that was consumed in this country? See, there was a gentleman, and there is a gentleman, as a matter of fact, we probably already know who he is. His name is Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest individuals, worth over $50 billion. He actually owns several network marketing companies, and here's what he said. He said, what you do should be your hobby, but what the world does should be your business. And the fact that this unique beverage, okay, is the second most consumed beverage behind water in the world. And it's the second most traded commodity behind oil. So when you think about actually doing big business, investing, putting your investment in something that can benefit future generations, why not Montevita? And you could do all that just by simply becoming a representative. But guys, that's not all. There I go again, right? We also have our High Five health inspired line. That's what the high in High Five stands for. Now we have four products that contain or that are contained in our High Five arsenal. Those products can include High Five Boost, High Five Edge, and High Five Lean. High Five Boost provides energy boost and helps control hunger. High Five Edge improves endurance and actually helps with healthy aging. You also have High Five Lean, which is a delicious nutrient-filled shake with 25 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber. And also something that's not pictured here is our newest product, which is something called High Five Fuel, which is an energy shot. And all this stuff is healthy. It's good for you. It's stuff that will not only give you the energy for a workout, it will not only give you the vitality to complete your workouts, but it'll also provide that muscle stimulus with all the protein and fiber. But what makes our High Five line so healthy and so good for you is something called Niagen. Now, this is actually being, and there's fuel right there, right, that I just discussed. But the key ingredient in all of this is something called Niagen. Now, we actually inked a $62 million agreement with a company called Chromadex for this ingredient called Niagen. Now, Niagen assists with anti-aging, weight management, endurance, cognitive function. Also, it protects against neurological diseases. You have all of these things. This is something that Ivy League institutions are actually studying. As a matter of fact, not only did this have healthy animal trials, but it was also tested on humans And I've actually been a product of this product for the last about year. And I'm telling you the effects of being sharper, of actually looking younger. People saying, wow, you look great. What are you doing? Right? And it's not only myself, but it's many of our partners. We've had many of our partners who've had chronic diabetes. They've actually lowered their symptoms. All right. You've had people who've had a lot of illnesses, a lot of brain issues. All right. And this product has helped alleviate many of those issues. The bottom line is do your research. Search on Niagen and search on all the effects that it's had on people. It's absolutely amazing. And we are the only network marketing company that is licensed to market Niagen. Now, see, here's the thing, guys. I went through a lot of different products and services, everything from, goodness gracious, products and services you use out of your home, cable, satellite TV, internet, home phone, wireless phones, all right, identity theft protection, security systems, even your gas and electricity. But many of those same services for businesses, also text marketing. And what about healthcare, health insurance, feeling better, losing weight, feeling great, coffee? Oh my, it's like everything that we're paying money for, you can earn an income from. So what I'm going to actually show you now, guys, let's go ahead and switch gears. All right. Now, I know we have a lot of show me the money people on this webinar, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into how we earn money and what makes this different from your job. A lot of times when people are looking at a presentation like this, they're immediately thinking to themselves, what's in it for me? That's WIIFM. That's our favorite radio station, right? What's in it for me? The thing is, guys, the bottom line is a lot of times people, when they look at a business like this, they're like, how is this different from my job? All right. A lot of times people say, well, I'm good. I'm making good income on my job. Or, you know what? My job is taking all of my time. I can't even do this thing part-time. I'm already overextended. What our business shows you how to do is to leverage your time and earn residual income. Guaranteed, wherever you work right now, you're not doing both of these. All right. Especially if you're broke, busted, and disgusted. See, here's what's happening. Most of us earn something called linear income, where we exchange hours for dollars and time for money. We can only earn as much money as we are able to work for it. As soon as we clock out, the money stops. And in order for us to continue to earn money, we have to travel somewhere, go to some strange area, sit down in a cubicle, clock in, and we have to do that until retirement. Now, can that make you absolutely wealthy? No. Can it provide a living? Yes. Comfort? Maybe. Hopefully. But wealth? Absolutely not. Because you can't will that off to your children. If you become a lawyer or a high-paid attorney, I don't care if you become a brain surgeon. The moment you develop arthritis, you can no longer work. Can you pass off your profession to your children? No. But when you build a business, especially a business based on leverage, meaning that you can leverage the talents and abilities of others and their efforts contribute to your income. This is what we're going to show you how to do. We also show you how to build something called residual income. I wish that there was a course at my college called Wealth 101, because it would show you how to do these two things: how to become a boss by leveraging the talents and abilities of others so that their efforts contribute to your own, and then also how to build residual income, because this is the act of simply doing something one time and doing it properly. And every time it's done, every time someone does something like pays an energy bill, like pays a wireless bill, now you're reaping an ongoing percentage of their bills. And it's every single month based on a one-time effort. That means you could literally get paid while you sleep. We were never taught that. So here's the thing. Let's talk about leverage first. We're going to simply just show you how to build a team. Now, when you think about it, every wealthy person in the world has some kind of a team. Do you think it's Bill Gates over at Microsoft answering all the phones every time someone calls Microsoft? No, it's Bill Gates and the Microsoft team. Okay? Well, when you start in 5 links, we show you how to build a team. And it starts with just you and one other person. We're going to show you how to share this with one other person. It could be just as simple as sharing a presentation like this. They get started. That's your business partner. And as long as they get in with their required customers, all right, that's why you see 8CP. All right, that means they must come in qualified with a certain threshold of customers. Now, their customers could just be some of the services out of their own home. But when they come in with the right customer count, you're going to get a $50 bonus. It's not going to make you wealthy, but it provides belief. In fact, it starts your team, okay? So now it's not just your efforts contributing to your income. But see, we're going to show you how to do it again. And look at the little pay increase that you have. Instead of a $50 bonus, what if you got an additional $1,200 bonus by simply introducing one more qualified individual, and now you've personally attained a few extra customer points. Now, don't get too confused in the jargon. Each product and service that we have in our portfolio carries a point value. So for instance, wireless might be a point. All right, satellite TV currently is 2 points. Okay, our healthcare currently is 4 points. So the thing is, one person can represent multiple customers. The thing is, get yourself to 15 points, help 2 other individuals get started with their minimum points, and you're going to get $1,200. As a matter of fact, you're going to get $1,250 with $100 per month getting paid out to you over the next year. So that's a wonderful scenario. Not going to make you wealthy, but again, you're just starting out. So the thing is, guys, that's great. But what I also want to show you is why many doctors, lawyers, engineers, many people who are in the money business are looking at this profession. It's because of this slide. You might be saying, okay, well, Mr. Suber, I only see $200 at the bottom. It's not about the money. It's how it's earned. Here's what this means. Let's just say you have 20 people on your team. Not to say that you introduced all 20, but let's just say they fell into your team somehow. Each of those individuals, let's just say we taught each of them how to get their 20 customers. And let's say each of those customers was paying out a 50-cent commission. Now, this is not to say that, you know, our commissions don't exceed 50 cents. In many instances, they go above $1, $2. Many of our products, they exceed $8. So we're just simply giving you a scenario, a lowball scenario. But let's just say you have 20 people on your team. Maybe you only introduce 2, 3, or 4 of them. But if your team grew to 20, that could equate to $200 per month in residual income being paid out. Not a lot of money. But see, if you caught it, you probably caught the key word. I said every month. You build a team one time. You secure your own personal 20 customers one time. They do the same thing, but you're getting a repeated $200 per month hitting your bank account, direct deposit. Okay? So again, it's how the money is earned. How does that compare with our job? Well, if we wanted to earn an extra 200 bucks, we're going to have to put in extra time every time. Once we earn that money, it does not continue to flow in unless we go back to work. In 5 blinks, you do the work one time and it continues to flow in. How many of us can honestly say we're getting paid for something that we did 2, 3, 4 years ago? I can honestly say that, okay? But let's just say it didn't stop here. Instead of 20 individuals on your team, let's just say you have 200 individuals on your team. These are numbers I personally surpassed. So what if you had 200 people on your team? You didn't even know a fraction. You only knew a small percentage of those 200. You didn't introduce everyone. You don't even know everyone. But let's just say each of them got their 20 customers with the same little old 50-cent commission value. That's an extra $2,000 a month hitting your bank account. Now, again, that's probably not going to make you insanely wealthy. But how many of us wouldn't mind an extra $2,000 hitting our bank account direct deposit every month? Not only could that change some things in your house, that might even change your house. But let's not stop there, because in our profession, this is why we have, I think, a stigma, I think, in a way, because there are a lot of people in our profession who are earning an insane amount of money. And to many of us who are living in a 9-to-5 world, we just can't simply fathom it. This was something that I couldn't really make sense of. And I'll even give a personal testimony. There's a young lady that I went to college with in my computer science class who used to sit next to me. And she got started in this profession about 10 years ago. And I started seeing her on the internet making all this money. And she was like, look, you got to take a look at network marketing. And I brushed it off. I thought I was good. I got my job at one of the world's largest computer companies as a software engineer because I wanted to do it the right way. Meanwhile, this young lady broke $1 million. Then I lost my job and I became open to it. And then I realized what she was talking about was real. All right. The bottom line is you have people who are earning 5 figures on a monthly basis, even more, 6 figures on a monthly basis, even more. Some of the top producers in network marketing earn above 7 figures every single month. How is that possible? It's simply because they have a big team. And it's not because they were magical people. Yeah, they learned skills. They probably were in this industry for 5, 6, 7 years, but guess what? They simply duplicated their efforts. And this is something we're going to show you how to do. So what would happen if you found a way to earn an extra 20 grand per month? And that happened as a result of something you did one time. You built your own customer base and you simply just taught it. And we'll teach you how to teach it. So the thing is, guys, this is not going to happen overnight. The average time that it takes to get to this income, if you work this business the right way, could be 3 to 5 years, maybe 7 years. But even if it took you 10, even if it took you 15, this was income I could never imagine as a software engineer, especially residually. I didn't even know what residual income was. We all thought it was residue income. I didn't know what that was. But this means that you do something one time and get paid repeatedly. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, what's the investment? What does it take to get started in this? Frankly, I don't spend a lot of time talking about this column on the left-hand side, the customer rep level, because you only get paid based on your own personal efforts. And notice that the yeses do not go all the way to the bottom. You can't earn any bonuses. There's no team bonuses. There's no quick start bonus. But here, your yeses go all the way down to the bottom. Now, here you see that your investment for your license is $249. I'm here to be just upfront with all of you guys. I want to set you up to win. When you get started in this business, prepare to invest no less than $280 to about $380. That means that, and this is a great analogy that I drew for a business partner the other day. A great analogy is if you wanted to become a barber or a hairstylist, you not only have to purchase your license, but you probably have to rent a chair, all right, or pay a fee in order to be in someone's salon. And you have to have a customer, right? So as soon as you have a license, you're not making money. It's the same thing with 5links. When you get your IMR license, it just licenses you and it gives you the ability to market the products and services, but you still need the online storefront and you still need customers. And the best customer is yourself. So that's why we estimate that the best way to truly launch your business out of pocket will require an investment of roughly $280 to $380. Make no bones about it. Okay? That being said, now when you launch this business and we show you how to get your first 2 business partners, remember this example? Well, you immediately become an executive in our business. Now, it's not necessarily easy, but many of our partners have done this in their first 30 days. Some have even done it in a weekend. All right. If you're serious, you'll find a way to get it done and we'll show you how. Now, once you become an executive trainer with just 2 partners on your team, you're now able to earn all this money. As an executive trainer, you can earn up to $2 grand a month. As an executive director, just by helping 2 other individuals get to this level, you can earn up to $8 grand per month. As a national director, a position I was blessed to have hit within 9 months in this business, you can earn up to $15,000 a month. And as a senior vice president, you can earn up to $50,000 a month. And that's just in team bonuses. Okay? So that's powerful. But what happens when you get promoted to senior vice president? You get benefits. The company gives you all the benefits that you see here. My favorite benefit is not the car, it's the stock options. How many of you guys realize that before Google became the powerhouse that it was today, the Google brothers would actually pay most of their employees in stock options? Because their promise was, well, we can't pay you today, but one day, for believing in this company, we're going to pay you in stock options. And when Google finally went public, everybody from the janitor all the way up to many executives in the company became instant millionaires based on the stock options. So by you having 5,000 stock options in an Inc. 500, 5,000 company that has an A+ rating in the Better Business Bureau, that's been featured on NBC, ABC, the Wall Street Journal, simply do your research. What could that mean for you and your family? But I do like cars. They also give you a free BMW. You get actually to choose the car that you want. They'll pay up to an $800 per month car note for your BMW. The only catch is the car must be silver. That being said, you also get extra bonuses. You get an annual vacation. The company will pay for you and a significant other or friend to go to a beautiful destination. This year, all the SVPs get to go to Cancun. Next year, who knows? They also took all the SVPs on a Mediterranean cruise to commemorate the 10-year anniversary a few years ago. But guys, you also get an expense account to build your business. But it gets better. There's now about 300 senior vice presidents in the company, and then we also have a position of platinum. Platinum is what happens when the dream gets super real. This is a 7-figure earning position. This is now when the company says, you know what, we're going to award you with a Bentley. You won't even see the car note. The company takes the entire car note, you get the car. On top of that, you also get 5,000 additional stock options. That means more ownership in this company. On top of that, you get to become a part of the platinum bonus pool. If you were platinum in 2014, that would have meant in January, this past January in Tampa, Florida, you would have been on stage sharing a $1.9 million check with a few other individuals. How many of you would not mind having a 6-figure check to pay off your holiday bills? Now, when you just think about the significance of that. When you think about just as a bonus, you are getting paid twice what the average person earns in a year, what the average family earns in a year. And you just get that as a one-time bonus, in addition to the 7-figure earning income that you're already earning throughout the year. All right? On top of that, you also get a world vacation. Last year, they took all the platinums on a Eastern Mediterranean cruise around Greece and Turkey. This year, they take all the platinums to Dubai in the Mideast. All right? On top of that, you also get a $10,000 trinket. The fellas get a Super Bowl style ring. The ladies get a diamond studded pendant. It gets even better. Once you hit $1 million in earnings, you can either get a Breitling or a Rolex iced out watch. All right. You also get a custom jacket. They give you so many incentives and bonuses. It's ridiculous. And I'm telling you guys, when you are on that stage, as many of my partners are right here, this was just this past January. I wasn't just talking. I actually took that picture. And next year, I plan to be on that stage. So here's the bottom line, guys. What if you could be on that stage? What would it mean for you and your family? But the thing is, it gets better. As a diamond senior vice president, look, no one's even hit this position yet. The company just created it because there were so many people hitting these leadership positions. This company is truly changing lives. I know people such as former bus drivers who used to work 80 to 100 hours a week, 7 days a week, all right, barely seeing their kids grow up, all right? And I know this one gentleman who actually used this business, and within 18 months, he was able to retire himself from his job as a bus driver, and now he really lives on the beaches of the world. He started a foundation, all right, and he's actually won several awards through Steve Harvey as a result of him going back in the ghettos of Washington, D.C. and giving back to the community that he was raised in. I've seen people who've emigrated from other places, including a couple who emigrated from West Africa. They came to this country. They worked respectable jobs. As a matter of fact, they worked in my field as technicians and people in the engineering field, all right? But eventually they found this business. And today they are multimillionaires as a result of this business. And now they own and control and give back and own several orphanages in Africa where they've adopted several children. All right. We have so many people who've used this business for good, for not only changing their lives, but once they've done that, they change the trajectory of their neighborhoods, in their communities. And when people start hitting this position, this is changing the world. Just by hitting this position, it's a $300,000 bonus. You get $10,000 a month for life, and now you earn additional overrides, additional stock options, and a lion's share of that platinum pool. And I'm telling you guys, it is unbelievable in terms of what you can earn in this business. Now, you might be saying, well, how much support do I get? You have unyielding support. If you understand the business model that we have, we are incentivized for helping. All right. As a matter of fact, whoever got you onto this webinar, you want to go back to them, send them a text, give them a quick call, tell them thank you. And I want you to know that that person will be helping you out in business. All right. If you got this link from me, get back with me. But whoever shared this information with you, get back with them. Let them know of your interest level. Now we have unyielding local, regional, and international training events. All right. We just came from Texas last week. It was our international event. We also have a personal website where you get to market all the products and services. And when someone gets something from your website, you get paid. You also have something called 5 Links University. You get to learn this business in the comfort of your own home. You have business reporting. You have all the tools that you need to build this thing. So the thing is, guys, here's an example of the support. This is from our most recent event, or one of our more recent events in Tampa this past January. I will be uploading more pictures for our next webinar that we're having at 4 p.m. Eastern. But guys, this is just an example. I took this picture too. This is a gentleman that, it's just so ironic that when I got started in this business, he was at my level. All right. Now he is very close to getting to Platinum Senior Vice President. He's actually a stone throw away. He already has his Bentley picked out. He already received the free BMW. He already drives around a beautiful 750 Li. But now he's picked out his Bentley. But most importantly, he's pouring back into us so we can attain that same success. All right. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, now all you want to do is make a decision. You want to get back to the person who got you onto this webinar and let them know of your interest level. Now, frankly, I've only seen 3 types of people who've seen this presentation, and quite honestly, all 3 of you may be watching. First person says, I'm in. Where do I sign up? Immediately get back to the person who brought you on. Immediately find the link to get yourself started. But get started with the person who brought you on, and we will show you exactly how to launch your business. Person number 2 says, I got questions. If you have questions, again, get back to the person who brought you on. Allow that person to connect you with one of the top earners on his or her team, and they will answer all of your questions. But do not, and I repeat, please do not go to someone who has no idea what you just saw, someone that you do not aspire to be like, someone who's living the lifestyle that you don't want to lead. Don't go to that person and ask them, does 5 Links work? All right? Does it make sense to ask a plumber for advice on how to fix a bad back? Or does it make sense to ask a doctor how to fix a clogged up drain? No. You want to ask someone who's qualified to answer your question. So make sure you get your questions back to the person who brought you onto this webinar, and they will connect you to the answer. Person number 3 says, not for me. If this is not for you, I say God bless you, and God bless you for staying on this webinar if you knew deep down that this is not for you. But at least think enough of the person who got you onto this webinar, the person who saw the diamond in you, and simply become a customer. All right? Simply just ask, hey, how can I support your business? I'm not interested in being in the business, but can I just be a customer? I'm paying these bills already. Do you think you could give me the hookup? I guarantee they'll be just as appreciative. All right? But if this is not for you, also think about providing a referral. Maybe you know someone who's looking for this business. But again, guys, look, if it's not for you, let's just make sure it's not because you didn't believe it, because all the research has been done. Look in the Better Business Bureau. Look in Inc. magazine. Simply do a search on 5 Links next to NBC or ABC. You'll see plenty of news reports that speak to the success of this business. Okay? So if you're one of those people who say, well, I just don't think I can do it, I don't understand it, let that be the least of your concerns. This is a learn while you earn business. So we're going to show you how to earn, all right, while you're learning, okay? Person number 3 says, well, you know what? I just don't have enough time. Now, goodness, if you saw this whole thing and you still don't think that you have enough time, you have to think about why that's an issue. That's because you're earning money the way most of us earn money or used to earn money, which is through linear income. You're exchanging hours for dollars. One of the smartest things to do is to find a way to just incorporate this. Do this on a very part-time basis. Find a way to squeeze it in, because eventually what will happen is your part-time efforts in 5 Links will begin to outproduce your full-time efforts with whatever else you're already doing. And what does that do? That creates options. That's why many of my partners have retired from full-time professions. That's why one of my very good friends, Lucy Matsuaka, she actually retired from being a nurse, making very good income, but within 3 years, she was able to walk away from her job and retired very, very early. okay? Under 40. So what if you could do the same thing? So don't let time stop you. And if you're saying, well, I just don't have the investment, Mr. Super, I heard you say that it will cost me roughly, after all is said and done, about 280 to 380 to correctly invest. You don't have it. That is the reason why you need to do it. You need to just find a way. Because how many of us, honestly, if there was a flood, if there was an emergency, we could find the money. We could find the money to alleviate a phone that maybe got broken and we have to replace that phone right away. Or maybe if the roof caved in and we have to find a way to just come up with an extra few $100s, we could do it. But it's funny how we'll beg for the things that we want, or we'll beg for the things that we need, but we'll get the things we want. We'll get the new Jordans. We'll get the new bag. We'll get the new purse. We'll get the new gadget, the new flat screen, but we'll beg for education. We'll beg for business opportunity. Sometimes what we have to do is just shift our mind and say, you know what? No more. I'm no longer going to be in a position where I'm dependent on someone else for income. I'm dependent on someone else for their approval to spend more time with my family, aka my job. This is time where you take the power into your own hands. So all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this session of the webinar. If you didn't catch the whole webinar, or if you want someone else to view it, I have good news for you. I'm going to work for you guys today. So here's what I'm going to do. Again, in one more hour at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right, at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing this webinar all over again, and I'm going to be doing it live. So if there's someone else you want to bring onto this webinar, if there's someone else you want to hear this information, definitely make sure that you get them onto this webinar. Now, for all of you that were personally invited through me, all right, you can simply go to getofftheratwheel.com. You can find some more great information. If you were invited by someone else, get back with them and ask them for more information. Get your questions answered. And as we always love to say in conclusion, we will see you on the beaches of the world. And if you don't like the beach, we will see you at the bank. Now, that being said, God bless. This is Ricardo Suber. I am going to actually bring the camera back to me and say I will see you guys at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And if not, God bless you and congratulations on making the decision to become financially free. Take care, God bless, and see ya.